Hi everyone, my name is Natalie. We're going to be filming a video on how I do my Bible tabs. Now this is going to be more casual, and you can definitely follow along with me as I do it, but you certainly don't have to. But let's just jump right in. Okay, I'm going to give you an example, short example of what I do for my Bible tabs. Okay, so this is one. Obviously, this is a highlighter. I forgot the name for that. And these are just, sticky notes that you get from the dollar store. I got this from Amazon. And tape, regular tape. Now, I bought the wrong tape. Now, as you can see, this tape here is not clear. I typically buy like the bigger, clear tape. Maybe I could put a picture of what I'm talking about. This one is not clear like whatsoever. So it's not going to look right. Like, and you can see on the tab, it's very clearly clear tape. So you can tell that you can't see that it's tape. It kind of looks laminated. I like that kind of look. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're doing this for Jesus. We're not doing this for aesthetics. So, um, and then I got these random scissors. Ew, I'm taking something gross off of it. um Literally found these on the floor under my bed, in a bag I have under my bed. So random scissors, so long as they cut, that's what matters. So then I have a pen. This is my favorite kind of pen. I don't really know, I guess it's a Sharpie pen, right? I like these kinds of pens because they just glide so well. Like, this is how they write. So clear, so nice, right? So this is how the tabs look. They are not perfect. They might look like they're similar sizes, but they're really not. They're really not. So I'm going to give an example of how I do it. Now, I'm holding the microphone. I don't want to clip it to my shirt because I don't want you to hear me rustling and moving around. I hope you can still hear me and it doesn't sound weird. So here's a great example of how I do it. So what I'm about to write right now, I just finished reading Proverbs chapter 3, right? So this verse, for some reason, it just stood out to me. And I wrote over here, so it says, "The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the dwelling of the righteous." And I just really wanted to tab that. I want to remember that. But I like to ask myself questions. Sometimes I write the actual verse, but sometimes, as you can see, it's certain things that you know stick out to me, and I write it in a way that I am going to remember. So prophecy, born of a virgin, true lies. I don't really remember what that one was talking about, but all I got to do is flip back and look at my notes next to where I wrote it. So here, what stood out to me, the first question that came in my mind is, why should I pursue peace and righteousness? And this is the answer: because the Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, and he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. You pursue righteousness, you pursue Jesus, you pursue peace, wisdom, goodness, the fruit of the Spirit. This is what happens. If you pursue, wickedness instead, the Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked. So this is the question that I'm going to write on my tab. And the best thing about the tabs is that I can, when I open my Bible, sometimes I don't remember what I tab, right? So then I look up on the tab and I look at the tab and I'm like, what was I talking about? What was going on? So it makes me flip to it. It makes me flip to it and reread my notes, and then I end up having a whole Bible study. It's really neat, and that's why I really like them. I like doing it. But I also do the tabs because, oh, actually, first I have to show you how I do it, right? I'm like getting ahead of myself. Okay, so this is how I do it. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm not going to tape it, unfortunately, but that part is pretty easy. You just, wrap it in tape and then you cut the sides so that it's like this, right? Like, so it's like this. So this is what I'm going to do. So I just take sticky note off. I fold it. This reminds me, that one This is so random. You know that one random game that we all used to play when we were in elementary school? Bop it, lock it, pull it. Yeah, that's what I think about when I'm doing this, when I'm explaining it. And I typically like to get a highlighter that's the same color of the tab. It's just cool when it's color coordinated. Now, the problem is I just started doing this, so most of my Bibles are not color coordinated. A lot of people ask me that. Unfortunately, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it being color coordinated. So what I typically do is I put this sticky note near the a tab that is already present. Now, again, it does not need to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm just gonna see, maybe I think this is about the correct size, right? I'm sorry if I'm gonna give you a like a problem in your ears because I'm trying to see if my microphone is still recording. I think it is. Hopefully it is. So I'm gonna measure it. I think that's about right. I like this size. Oh no, that's a little too big. So I'm gonna cut it a little bit. I'm going to cut it a little bit more. So you can do this with me if you want. You know, a lot of people ask me, hey, Natalie, can I use this idea? You know, the thing is, guys, that yes, I did come up with this idea. Glory to God. He gave me this idea. I do not credit myself for this idea because something that's interesting that I noticed. Oh, that those scissors almost fell on my feet, on my foot. Something interesting that I notice is I am only ever creative in the things that have to do with God when I'm close to him. There was a time that I won't say I completely fell away, but I became a bit um lukewarm. Yeah, I became lukewarm. I just started to kind of go into the world, listening to secular music, watching secular shows, and getting really addicted to social media, and just kind of reading my Bible as the very last thing I do in the day, right? So, a little pause here. I'm going to cut this the same size as my tab, right? Again, I'm going to eyeball it. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. I think it's about like here, right? Like this. Now, if that's not perfect, now that's not perfect, right? But who cares? I don't mind if it's not perfect. It's not about perfection. Jesus knows I ain't perfect, okay? So, sometimes the other side, though, is just about right. So I'm going to use this side instead. I'm going to make it um, even. But I noticed that when I am not completely enthralled, when I'm not completely into the things of God, listening to, oh, now I'm messing this one up, listening to worshiping, reading my Bible, reading the Word, just being as close to God as possible, it is very impossible for me to do these tabs. I just cannot do them. I don't have the motivation to do them. I don't do them well. I love Bible journaling. My Bible journaling is just not fun anymore. It's not. It doesn't give me that feeling of peace that Bible study gives you. Unless me and God are like this, that's when I enjoy, doing the Bible tabs, doing the Bible journaling and stuff like that. So it's just very interesting to me. So what I'm going to write is this question up here. Now, I wrote this question up here so you can know what I'm going to write. But again, this is Proverbs 3:33, and that's just the first question that came to my mind. Why should I pursue peace and righteousness? This is why. So I'm going to write that. And then what's going to happen in the future is that in the future, one day, who knows, I'm going to open my Bible and I'm going to be like, what was I thinking when I wrote this question down? What was going on? Let me flip there. Let me go over there and let me see. And then it just makes me read my Bible. So it's just really, really cool. It's really cool and I really recommend it. But I think, again, I have ADHD. I don't know why I'm saying again. I don't think anyone knows that. But I have ADHD and I tend to jump topics like a madman. Um, Now, my handwriting is not great. Oh, see, I just did it. My handwriting is not great. So, as you can tell, it's just going to be a little wonky, but that's okay. But what was I saying earlier? Oh my goodness, I just lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought again. I was going to say that probably could just pause it and go back, right? But I don't want to do that. If you have ADHD, can you comment and help me feel better? Um, Something that happens too when I have ADHD, as someone with ADHD, is I will be praying and I will forget what I was saying, and I'm like, Lord, you know me, girl, girl. Oh my goodness, I don't call God girl, but I'm like, Lord, you know me. You've made me this way. I have issues, okay? But you love me anyway. So this is what it looks like, right? So I will put it right here, probably. Now, I wish I could just show you the step where I tape it, but it's not going to look right. It's not going to look right. It's just going to look very strange. Like, let me give you an example. Like, it's gonna look like that. Well, it's not that bad, right? But it's just first of all, this tape is not big enough, so it's not gonna look good. But the last part is to just wrap it up in tape, and then you'll have some sides that are, you know, overflowing, I guess, and then yeah, just cut it, right? And then you're good. And then you put it here. And what I do, let me give you an example of a tab that I have. What I typically do actually is I use these tabs. Sometimes I don't want to tape it quite yet. Oh, everything's swelling. I'm going to put this here. And then I use it as a bookmark. And then when I'm ready to tab it, that's when I tab it. Okay, so let me give you an example of a tab that I have. So you can see here that I tape it. And it's just, I tape it, there's just one piece of tape, one single piece of tape on the page and on the tab. Same thing on the other side. And the tab itself is taped. I remember what I was going to say. What I was going to say was, people ask me, can I use this idea? Can I use this idea? Do you mind if I use this idea? I don't think you should ask me that, because it's okay. It's not really my idea, right? Because I just told you that I can't do this. I can't make these tabs unless I'm pursuing Christ. I have tried. I've tried. I've actually tried to do it. I'm going to take this off my shirt. I've tried to do it when I'm not pursuing God. I've tried to do it when I'm like in the world, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I cannot do it. I don't like it. It's just boring to me. Um, so it's clear to me that it's Jesus, it's God who gave me this idea. Okay, here's another one that I use. It's God who gave me this idea. And another thing, when I post on TikTok, you know what a lot of people tell me? A lot of older Christians will say, you guys will say, this looks just like my Bible when I was a kid. Or younger Christians will say, oh, this looks just like my grandmother's Bible. So obviously, God uses this idea, for other people too. And I'm not the first person who did it. Now, it first came to me. I didn't see anybody else doing it, but I do believe that God is the one that gave me this idea. So please do this if you think it looks cool, or I personally do it because I really want to remember. I want to go back and read it. And it's really fun. It keeps me engaged while I'm reading my Bible. And I really like having like evidence of me, if that makes sense, like evidence of me having read my Bible. Like, it shows me that, oh yeah, that's like, this tab is when I in 2008, when I was when I was a child, when I was doing this thing, or this tab is when I was going through this particular season. It's really cool. So I really think you should do it if the Lord speaks to you in that way. Oh no, I just lost one. It flew somewhere. So this is the way I do the tabs, and I'm gonna start trying to do these videos a little bit more often. Again, my ADHD is of a problem. It's a problem. So if you do have ADHD, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear like what you do. Obviously, sometimes all you have to do is go to therapy, take medication, but how does God help you in your ADHD or in your mental health struggle? My mental health struggle, what it does, the enemy loves to use it, and prevent me from making videos, prevent me from pursuing God. Instead, I want to be on my phone. Instead, I want to do what's easy. I want the instant gratification instead, right? I can't find the other one. Oh, is it this one? I think this is, I was doing this earlier and then it wasn't recording correctly. but I don't think this is this one. But as you can tell, these are not the same size, right? They're not the same size. That's okay. I have a perfectionist problem, and it causes me to really begin to focus on making the tabs perfect. But that's not what matters. What matters is, like I said, you have evidence of yourself having read the Bible. It keeps you engaged, and it's really interesting. Not interesting, it's really engaging, it's really fun, and it helps you remember. It's That's why I love Bible journaling. So let's keep going. All that said, thank you so much for watching. If you've lasted this long, I love you. I'm a rambler, so I appreciate it. And please like and subscribe and comment down below.